I don't like the way that society pits women against each other. That's something that really bothers me, and it's especially in this industry, it's something that I've seen a lot where it's always comparing actresses, and they always say that, you know, girls can't be friends.
Since I was a child, I always wanted to play the male characters because they were always so fleshed out, they were so three-dimensional. I felt like the female characters were so like, they were just there to put the story forward or to like add like a romantic angle to the male character.
The place that I'm in right now, I'm seeking a lot of validation from my work and what people think about my work, because that's what's the most important to me right now. At another time in my life, maybe when I started out, the way I looked, maybe I feel like my work saves me on like the toughest days. And especially with Bae, at that time, you know, I was going through some stuff and like very silly, but like I was obviously affected.
Hi guys, welcome to the Quint.
Hello.
You know, I watched the first 4 episodes, I had so much fun. But what I also loved what you have done with the show, because you have picked up so much from the life that actually makes you reflect on the society and on yourself. Well, I will get to all of that, but the first thing I want to know from all of you is, what's the one thing that this show has given each of you?
I think it's made me a lot more confident, because Bae is so out there and she's, you know, always talking in this funny way, saying the most ridiculous things in the world, which she thinks is completely normal. And initially when I was doing the table read and stuff, I was like, okay, you know, everyone's going to laugh at me. But once you get over that initial fear and you just like go out there and put yourself out there, then it's actually very liberating. So I think she just gave me the confidence to like go for it all the way.
And that is something that you've also said in your past interviews, that, you know, I need to get that confidence. So I guess
maybe Bae is helping me do that, make me confident.
What about you guys?
I think it's allowed me to, because I'm someone who preps a lot. So whenever I start shooting something, I feel like I don't know how to act anymore, and so I will do like all of my homework and get down to it. And of course I did that to a certain extent.
You know, in the show, we look at this point where there is slight mention of this gender disparity. Like your brother is, you know, pushed towards the business and you're told, listen, you're going to get married because you're going to do this. As women and as actors around you all, have you ever experienced this gender disparity in the society around us?
I think I won't even like speak about, like, I won't go into society. I think I'll just talk about, since I was a child, I always wanted to play the male characters because they were always so fleshed out, they were so three-dimensional. I felt like the female characters were so like, they were just there to put the story forward or to like add like a romantic angle to the male character. So I mean, of course, we've all, I think, gone through that, experienced it. And I feel like now maybe it's slowly changing.
Lots has changed for sure, What about you, Ananya?
No, it's definitely gotten better. I don't like the way that society pits women against each other. That's something that really bothers me, and it's especially in this industry, it's something that I've seen a lot where it's always comparing actresses, and they always say that, you know, girls can't be friends. And I've actually, especially with this project, you know, we've all gotten really, really close to each other. But with every film that I've done with the girls, you know, there was Tara when I started out, and there was Bhumi, then there was Deepika. So I've really worked with very powerful women, and they're always the first one to help you fix your crown. And they're like your loudest supporters. Even when it came to the trailer of this, Janvi and Sara and Khushi and Suhana and Shana and all of them were like the first few people to message me, and not even just privately message me, but like cheer me on loudly, publicly, which I think is so important. And I think people need to focus on that, and that's something we do with the show also. Like the friendship and that Behen code is very, very important.
Oh, I love that Behen code.
This whole narrative of like, oh, if, you know, she'll one-up me and I must ruin this, or like that's not happening. I mean, touch wood, we are all there for each other. So.
Yeah, because I feel like women, there's only been that much space, and you know, it's like everyone's fighting for that one space. But as Lyra said, now there's so many more opportunities. Now they're writing so much better for women. There's so many more women involved on set that it doesn't feel like everyone's just fighting for that one spot.
The other thing that we see in the show is the sense of, I'm not too sure if you can call it as validation is what Bae is looking for, but there is this sense of, you know, missing that connection with people in her own family, and, you know, looking for that connection, which is why she goes on Instagram and, you know, on social media and tries to look for that attention. Even on her worst days, is the outside validation. As actors, and Ananya, you've been here so long, how important do you think is validation for you?
I mean, it depends on you as a person, and I also think the time in your life. The place that I'm in right now, I'm seeking a lot of validation from my work and what people think about my work, because that's what's the most important to me right now. At another time in my life, maybe when I started out, the way I looked may have given me validation, but that's something that now I've made peace with, and I'm happy with that.
You look fab.
Thank you. There are different stages in your life, like when you're in school and someone says, when we started out, I was so young and someone said something about my body, so that would really make me, upset or whatever. And now it's about my work. So I think at different stages, I'm in general a people's pleaser. Like, I want everyone to love me, and that's just something about me. Yeah, I think right now the place that I'm in, I seek a lot of validation for my work.
Yeah, on the flip side, I think now I'm starting to give myself validation, because earlier I would read comments and oh, this one thing they said about me, oh my god, is this real? Then going and asking my family and my friends, like, do I need to change this? I need to reflect, like, is this actually bad, or is this just something that's not my kind of problem? So slowly I'm like, okay, the people who matter to me, I seek validation from them. Fortunately or unfortunately, I really rely on the validation from my parents and from my partner and from my really close friends. And if they are happy, like, with my performance, or they're not disappointed in me, then I'm just like, okay, fine, life is good.
I think this, seeking validation from outside is something that's ingrained in us as kids, right? We're always waiting for our parents to tell us, oh, we are so proud of you. I think it needs to change, that I'm so proud of myself, that I achieved this.
I agree.
And it's very difficult though.
Yeah, you have to outgrow and it was difficult for me, because I'm someone who's really tight with my parents. But when I shifted to Bombay, it was something that I had to really consciously be like, okay, every decision they might or might not understand, but I envision my life to be something, and as long as I'm there for myself.
In the show we see, Ananya, that there's so many instances where you're not feeling your best, you're feeling at your lowest, but you click a picture and you put up these really motivational hashtags, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, sometimes it must be so difficult for you all as actors, to maybe just have a bad day but show up to work and, like you say, slay, right? You don't have an option. Is it an instance that, maybe comes to your mind when I talk about a day that, you just fell at your lowest but you showed up and you slayed?
You have to show up. I don't think that there's really a choice.
How do you navigate that?
Because it's not like with our job especially, there's so many people, the people only see the actors, but there are hundreds of people working on set. So it's not like I can be like, oh guys, I'm sick today, like, I can't come on set. That just doesn't happen, and that I think puts all of us actors into a very I don't know what the word is, but a certain tough mentality.
It really is, yeah.
Because whatever it is that's happening in your personal life, you have to switch on when you come on set. But I see that as a positive, because I feel like my work saves me on like the toughest days. And especially with Bae, at that time, I was going through some stuff and like very silly, but like I was obviously affected and, not feeling my best. But every day when I'd come and be Bae, she would just automatically put me into such a happy, positive mindset, and I would just forget about everything else that was going on in my life at that time, So it's actually, I see it as like a blessing that we get to just, switch off for those few hours and just put our hearts and souls into something creative and, turn pain into art, as they say.
It
sounds very like cathartic.
But it sounds also very tough to do.
Yeah. I think realizing that we just have one shot to do this and we're not going to get this chance ever again, that also makes it
like for posterity.
It's one shot. Just because I had a bad day, it's not like the audience is going to be like, "Arey chalo, uska period tha us din to let her be." It's not going to happen.
None of them are ever going to recognize that. Again, when you look at the social media world, there's a lot of times, not just you guys, even people like me, probably go up online and post something that seems really happy, right? And like we discussed, maybe behind the camera, it's not what your reality is. Being in this, having that kind of pressure to be seen, having the kind of pressure to always seem to perform, do you guys feel that? Is it easy for you to navigate to always be seen?
I used to feel it a lot before that, I need to be here also and I need to be there also, and I think I was focusing on all of the wrong things, and I think the more that I'm working now, I'm realizing what actually it is that is important, what I grew up wanting to be, which is an actor. And I think the more energy and the more focus and the more priority I put on that part of it, I think everything else then falls into place. Like nothing speaks louder than your work. And that's what I'm kind of understanding now, that you won't have to be seen everywhere. You won't have to be shoving yourself down people's faces and throats. That's not my priority, at least right now in life. I think just putting my head down and doing good work is, I think, the best way to be seen in that.
and I think you're getting a lot of luck for the work you're doing, so I think that really is enough, right? Last bit, we're going to close this interview with something that Ananya loves, but it's not an elaborated game. Just a quick question on any two truths and a lie. Each of you will give two truths and a lie, and the other two will guess which is a lie.
Each of us.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Okay.
Are you ready, Ananya? Okay.
Okay. I love roller coasters. I had braces growing up, and I'm a headstand pro.
That's unbelievable.
Okay, you definitely had braces growing up. I think the roller coaster thing is a lie. I think the headstand is a lie.
Sure.
I think headstand is a
I think headstand is a
Even I think so.
So, okay, what's the lie?
I think roller coaster.
the roller coaster, yeah.
Hmm?
I thought the headstand.
Okay. I didn't have braces growing up.
You didn't?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Well
Well
natural.
done.
I knew you all would think that.
You quickly
one.
thought
Huh?
it like very legit, believable. Wow, nice.
I'm constantly looking for new music. I like Karela a lot.
Boo.
That's a lie. Yeah. Okay,
And I'm obsessed with nails.
Don't
not
Karela,
obsessed
that's a
with
lie.
nails.
She's definitely obsessed with nails. I know that about
And she's
her.
always looking for new music.
And she's always looking for new music.
So the Karela's a
You make
lie.
Karela.
Karela!
Yeah, that's it. It's bad. I absolutely detest the water. I'm really scared of the water. I have a sweet tooth, and I'm a really affectionate person.
Yeah, that's a truth for
You're
sure.
affectionate.
that's
Affectionate,
so,
that we can.
wow,
This
sorry,
water,
sorry.
I'm a little
Vibe.
confused.
I think you're a water baby.
No, I think the sweet tooth is a lie.
Oh my god, actually.
Yeah, because I've never seen you eat anything
Yeah, yeah,
sweet.
no,
Because when I'm eating my pancakes, you never ask for
I
it.
changed my
I'm
answer,
going
yeah.
with their answer.
The sweet.
Yeah, it's the sweet tooth. I win, guys. I have like the massivest sweet tooth ever, and I'm a full-on water baby. I'm a Piscean, guys. Any water, I will just like run towards it.
So Ananya won the game. Okay.
Ananya won
Yeah,
the game.
Ananya won the
I
game.
just want to tell everyone, Ananya wins all my games all the time.
I'm the most
And if she
competitive
doesn't, the
one.
game is not over.
Exactly. I make them change
Ever.
the rules of the game. Yeah.
So thank you so much, you guys. Good luck for the show.
Thank
I'm
you.
thoroughly
Thank you so
enjoying
much,
watching
Bharat.
it and looking forward to watching the rest. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.